A list of famous lost history and how 97% of human history is lost to us today. Many significant locations, objects, cultures, and groups throughout history have been lost, inspiring archaeologists and treasure hunters around the world to search for them. The existence of some of these places or items, particularly those from ancient history, is legendary and remains in question. We know there are thousands of such accounts if we start counting, but this here we have listed out some of the most famous accounts of lost history that are really strange and intriguing at the same time. One, according to previous ancient lost history, the ancient city of Troy from the Trojan War, the city which it was the setting of the Trojan War described in the Greek epic cycle, in particular in the Iliad, one of the two epic poems attributed to Homer. Troy was discovered by Heinrich Schliemann, a German businessman and pioneer in the field of archaeology, and though this find has been disputed, found in the 1870s, the city was lost between 12th century BC and 14th century BC. Olympia, the ancient Greek place of worship where the Olympic Games were being held, a small town in Elis in the Peloponnese Peninsula in Greece, famous for the nearby archaeological site of the same name, which was a major Panhellenic religious sanctuary of ancient Greece, where the Olympic Games were held. It was found by German archaeologists in 1875. The lost legions of Varus. The lost legions of Varus was last seen in 15 AD and again found in 1987. Publius Quintius Varus was a Roman general and politician under the first Roman Emperor Augustus between 46 BC and September 9 AD. Varus is generally remembered for having lost 3 Roman legions when ambushed by Germanic tribes led by Arminius in the Battle of Teutoburg Forest, whereupon he took his own life. Pompeii, Roman cities of Pompeii, Heraclium, Stabae, and Oplontis, all buried in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, and it was lost 79 AD and rediscovered in 1748. The Nostra Senora de Atocha. The Nostra Senora de Atocha, a Spanish treasure galleon and the most widely known vessel of a fleet of ships that sank in a hurricane off the Florida Keys in 1622. It was found in 1985. At the time of her sinking, Nostra Senora de Atocha was heavily laden with copper, silver, gold, tobacco, gems, and indigo from Spanish ports at Cartagena and Portobello in New Granada, present-day Colombia and Panama, respectively, and Havana, bound for Spain. The ship was named for the parish of Atocha in Madrid. Now the RMS Titanic, lost in 1912, found in 1985. Who doesn't know about this legend British passenger liner operated by White Star Line that sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in the early morning hours of 15 April 1912 after striking an iceberg during her maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. And of the estimated 2,224 passengers and crew aboard, more than 1,500 were lost, making the sinking one of modern history's deadliest peacetime commercial marine disasters. And still lost in history, the 10 lost tribes of Israel. 10 lost tribes of Israel were lost following the invasion of Assyria in 722 BC. The 10 lost tribes were the 10 of the 12 tribes of Israel that were said to have been deported from the kingdom of Israel after its conquest by the Neo-Assyrian Empire about 722 BC. These are the tribes of Reuben, Simeon, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Manasseh, and Ephraim. Claims of descent from the lost tribes have been proposed in relation to many groups, and some religions espouse a messianic view that the tribes will return. In the 7th and 8th centuries AD, the return of the lost tribes was associated with the concept of the coming of the Messiah. The lost army of Cambyses. The lost army of Cambyses II, an army of 50,000 soldiers, that disappeared in a sandstorm in the Egyptian desert around 525 BC. Cambyses II was the second king of kings of the Achaemenid Empire from 530 to 522 BC. He was the son of the successor of Cyrus the Great. The Ark of the Covenant, also known as the Ark of the Testimony, and in a few verses across various translations of the Ark of God, was a gold-covered wooden chest with lid cover described in the book of Exodus as containing the 2 stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, and according to various texts within the Hebrew Bible also contain Aaron's rod, budding rod, and the pot of manna. The Ark of the Covenant was lost after the Babylonian invasion of Jerusalem. Since its disappearance from the biblical narrative, there have been a number of claims of having discovered or of having possession of the Ark, and several possible places have been suggested for its location, including Mount Nebo in Jerusalem, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church in Aksum, a deep cave in the Dung Mountains in southern Africa, Chartres Cathedral in France, Basilica of St. John Lateran in Rome, Mount Sinai in the Valley of Edom, Herde Wecke in Warwickshire, England, and the Hill of Tara in Ireland, etc. While many believe the Anubis shrine of Pharaoh Tutankhamun tomb found in the Valley of the King of Egypt could be the Ark of the Covenant. The statue of Marduk, important Babylonian cult statue lost at some point during the 5th to 1st centuries BC, also known as the statue of Bel. The statue of Marduk was the physical representation of the god Marduk, the patron deity of the ancient city of Babylon, traditionally housed in the city's main temple in Esagila. The Holy Grail. The Holy Grail, also known as the Holy Chalice, as in some Christian traditions, the vessel that Jesus used at the Last Supper to serve wine, is believed to have magical powers. In relic veneration, several artifacts became identified as the Holy Grail. 2 artifacts, one in Genoa, one in Valencia, became particularly well known and are identified as the Holy Grail. The 9th Roman Legion. The 9th Roman Legion disappeared from history after 120 AD. Legio IX Hispana was the legion of Imperial Roman army that existed from the 1st century BC until 120 AD. The legion fought in various provinces of the late Roman Republic and early Roman Empire, and it was stationed in Britain following the Roman invasion 43 AD. The legion disappears from surviving Roman records after 120 AD, and there is no extant account of what happened to it. Now, recently I have uploaded a video concerning the lost Roman legion and the Chinese province of Lejian, and it's also a lot of people there have basically they're Chinese, Asian looking, but they have blue eyes. Some of them even have blonde hair. Now it could be, and the historians believe that this area is called Lejian because it was the legion that was taken hostage and was relocated there. Now, the Roanoke colony, in between 1587 and 1588, the Roanoke colony of Roanoke Island, North Carolina, settlers of the first English colony in the New World vanished, leaving an abandoned settlement and the word Croatoan, the name of a nearby island, carved into a post. The money pit on Oak Island, a lost treasure from pre-1795. The Oak Island is best known for various theories about possible buried treasure or historical artifacts and the associated exploration. The Mahogany Ship, an ancient shipwreck which was lost somewhere near Warrnambool, Victoria, Australia, and it was last seen in 1880. The Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, according to popular American legend. A rich gold mine is hidden somewhere in the southwestern United States. The location is generally believed to be the Superstition Mountains near Apache Junction, east of Phoenix, Arizona. Since 1891, there have been many stories about how to find the mine, and each year people search for the mine. Some have been lost on the search. Now, there's a lot more here on this article if you'd like to see. This is on Mysteries Unresolved. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.